All right, you guys, welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, Harlem. Hey, Montana. Hey, everybody. Hit the like button on your way in. We would appreciate it so, so much. Hey, Berta. Hey. We have a lot to talk about. Hey, Two Cash. Hey, hey, girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. We have a lot to talk about. So I hope you guys will engage tonight. When you come in, hit the like button. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Just a second. All right. All right, y'all. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I'm gonna, as always, put the link in the chat so you guys can come up and keep the conversation going with me. Or you can also talk in the chat as well, however you want to do it. We're gonna be talking about Ghislaine Maxwell. We're gonna be talking about Fat Joe for a little bit. What happened with P. Diddy today? What does it look like for him? Nicki Minaj's husband is in court. He's in court. What else do we have? We have quite a few things that we're going to talk about. So I hope that you guys will engage in the conversation tonight, and let's make it a fun Friday. So let me go ahead and drop the link. So Montana, I was supposed to call you and I forgot, but I was playing with that little video and I was like, let me see if I can at least load a video. So I was able to load it. So I know what to do. I just need to get me a new intro. Okay. The link is in the chat, y'all. Welcome. Okay, so a little housekeeping. Don't forget to hit the link that keeps us in the algorithm. We're just about halfway to 10K, so we are making headway to get to 10K. Hitting the link, hitting the like button, as I said, keeps us in the it keeps us in the algorithm, and it also is a free way to support the channel. I appreciate every last one of you guys, because without you guys, we won't have a channel. And then also become a member if you haven't already, and also subscribe to the channel. It's Friday, so hit the link and let's start the conversation. First of all, Donald Trump is firing people again. He's fired the Bureau of Labor's statistics director or whatever for just because the numbers didn't look right to him. So Donald Trump gets to do what he wants to do, and we just know that. And I don't know at what point they're going to like put a stop to it. Like somebody has to be able to put a stop to his nonsense, because a lot of this is just nonsense. Some people say, oh, he's doing a fabulous job, but I just can't see that right now. Yeah, so anyway, let's just jump right in. Who we gonna start with? Montana's up. Come on up, y'all. The link is in the chat if you guys want to be in on this conversation. All right, so let's start with Nicki Minaj's husband, Mr. Petty. We're gonna see if we can get this up here so we can read what happened. So on July the 7th, let me see if I can move that because it's in the way. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go back out.
Oh, you to learn how to put the thing on the screen.
Yes, I told you I was playing with it, so
now you know how to pull up YouTube and all that on there now.
But I don't know. I still don't know if I'm able to do the screen share. I got some stuff out there. I'm gonna see if that works too. on the screen share. But so if I don't, you can tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I do want that logo off, because that's not even looking right with the white background. It shouldn't even look like the white part shouldn't be around my logo. So we'll figure that out. But anyway, so Monday, July the 7th, the minute entry for status conference proceedings held on 7/7 before Magistrate Judge James R. Cho. So if you guys don't know, Mr. Petty is Nicki Minaj's husband, has been accused of sexual harassment, sexual assault on a young lady. And so appearances by Tyrone Anthony Blackburn for plaintiff, Stephen David Urser for defendant Petty. Status of discovery discussed. The court grants plaintiff's request for an extension of the expert discovery schedule as follows. Plaintiffs, they want to get the plaintiff's medical record expert disclosures by August the 8th, which is coming up. Defendant's medical expert disclosures by October the 10th. So, this is going to be drug out. A medical expert disposition shall be completed by October the 29th. And then the plaintiff waives her right to serve a rebuttal expert report to take a disposition of defendant's medical expert. So, brief of the record settlement discussion held in-person settlement conference scheduled for July the 31st, which was in the courtroom. So, this is what he came back. Magistrate Judge James R. Cho. Appearances by Tyrone Anthony Blackburn for the plaintiff, Stephen David Esser for the defendant Petty. Plaintiff also participated, so she was obviously there. The court held off the record settlement discussions with the parties. So they're talking about if he's going to make a settlement. Do y'all think he's going to do a settlement to get this over with? Whether he's guilty or not, do you think he'll settle out? The parties are far apart on they saying they're far apart on settlement at this time, but encouraged to continue discussing settlement privately. So their lawyers are back and forth in between the plaintiff and the defendant, trying to come to some kind of settlement. And so far, they are nowhere near getting there. The discovery schedule entered on 7/7 remains in place. Telephone status conference scheduled for October the 31st at 10 o'clock before Magistrate Judge James Cho. Each party is directed to call the number and enter the meeting. Adjournment requests will not be considered unless made in accordance with the court's individual rules. If any party has difficulty accessing the conference, please contact the chambers. Parties should come to the conference prepared to confirm that they have completed all discovery. So everybody should have the discovery, which is the evidence or whatever they have. The plaintiff has to present her discovery, her evidence to his lawyers, vice versa. So with that said, who do we believe? I mean, they're wanting them to, it seems like they're wanting to, that especially Tyrone Blackburn is wanting to just have a settlement. He wants them to come to some kind of happy medium. And I would think that Nicki would want him to probably go ahead and settle out to get this. Everybody finds Tyrone Blackburn. But I'm sure that Nicki would want him to go ahead and come to some kind of agreement, but make the agreement, I guess, I don't know, worth his while. I don't see how it's worth his while. But here we go with settlements, right? Like Shannon Sharpe made a settlement and lost his job at ESPN. Can somebody tell me, what does Petty do? What does Mr. Petty do? Like, what is his profession? Does anybody know what he does? Because what does he stand to lose, I guess, other than his freedom if found guilty? I don't know if this is a criminal or whatever. I don't even think it's criminal. So what does he do? Nobody knows what he do. I don't know what Mr. Petty does. So let me find out. Let me see if I can find out. What's his first name, Harlem? Oh, I got it. Kenneth Petty. I forgot. What is Kenneth Petty's profession?
Hey, Galactic. I mean, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
What'd you say?
Galactic.
What is that?
New person that's in the lady that just entered the chat.
Oh, just came
Galactic.
in. Hey, yeah, Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant what I was looking at. Hey, Galactic Barbie doll. Thank you for being back here tonight. So we're trying to figure out what does Kenneth Petty do? What is his profession? I'm not even. Petty was convicted of attempted R word in the first degree in April 1995. He is a registered ex offender. Like, what does he do today? How much is the husband worth? It's a 2023, $1 million. I'm not finding what Kenneth Petty does. I want to know, what does he stand to lose by not settling and going ahead and fight it, other than, of course, I mean, I don't know. It says music industry professional. I get that, right? But your net worth is only $1 million. I don't know. Anyway, wanted to bring that to you guys, that he is actually was actually, his attorneys, his legal team was in court. They are trying to come to some kind of agreement or settlement. That's what they would like to do, but they're going to have to be back in court in October. So, oh, did I get you up there, Harlem? Okay. Hey, Harlem.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good. Happy Friday. So, what does he do, Harlem? Like, what?
I Googled him. It says he's a music industry professional. He has appeared in some of his wife's videos. He's an entrepreneur.
Okay. All righty. Well, that's Kenneth.
Good job, Harlem.
Yeah, so that's Kenneth. So let's move on to the next. Don't forget, you guys, that the link is in the chat if anyone wants to come up, or if you want to stay in the chat and talk, that's fine. So let's move on to the next. So as y'all know, Ghislaine Maxwell has been moved, just suddenly been moved to a lower level facility with 20 years in a violent crime. It says Ghislaine Maxwell has been moved to a more favorable prison amid speculation she's planning to spill all to the feds, can now buy beauty aid and leisure products from commissary. Over the past few weeks, the buzz around the Jeffrey Epstein files have shifted a few gears, with the public and government officials alike pressing for the content of the files to be made public. Amid this controversy, Epstein's right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's currently serving a 20-year sentence for child trafficking, has reportedly been approached about spilling secrets to the government. And I can't read the rest of it. So here's my thing with this. So let's just find out. So back in the day, Trump and Epstein met Maxwell through her dad, Robert Maxwell, in the late 80s, right? Robert Trump were trying to do some type. Can y'all see me? Because it says that I'm buffering. Okay. Some type of business together, right? Him and Trump. Well, anyway, Robert dies. He loses all of his fortune because they said everything he had was under loans. Epstein and Ghislaine, they hook up. So eventually life goes on. Epstein gets caught a couple of times on messing with young girls. We're finding out that he even went to Mar-a-Lago, stole some girls from there. And now we're trying to get, the government's trying to get them to release some of her files, to release the Epstein files, right? So there's a problem there because Donald Trump is probably allegedly holding that up. She gets moved to, so she goes and she has a 2-day conversation with the DOJ, and And then out of the blue today, on a 20-year sentence, violent, she's moved to Dallas, Texas, to a lower level facility, and her sister just happens to live in Dallas, Texas. Now, um, first of all, when you're trying to transfer from facility, you have to put in for the transfer. It has to get approved. They got to figure out where they're going to transfer you to. It could take months to get transferred. She's gotten transferred this quick, had a facility, and they arranged special transportation for her to get there. She's only served like I think 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years on this sentence. So nowhere near the 20. And when it's a violent, it's like you do most of the time. She's in the federal jail. The DOJ is allegedly the only ones that can come and waive or overturn her being in a higher level facility. But they're saying, like, did the DOJ really come and make this happen, or is this an exchange for something? You give me something, I'll give you something. So what they're thinking is that Ghislaine Maxwell is going to spill all the beans. But my question is should Donald Trump be worried about this, or is his hand in this and she's on her way to a full pardon, presidential pardon? What do you guys think about this? Have you been following it? What are your thoughts?
Uh, Based off what you just said, right? If I was Trump, I'd be worried because with DOJ involved, like prisons don't have to get certain approvals to transfer you. The administration could just immediately transfer you any day, anytime.
Right.
So I think it was an exchange for something. Hey, you give me this. I'm gonna make sure you go to a lesser, lower level prison where you can live comfortably till we get this resolved. And depends on how good you do to get this resolved, we'll let you go.
Right. They're saying where she was before today, she was in a place where there were people that unalive people. There were people doing lifetime, like had life sentences. Like it was really, really rough. Now where she is, it's low level. There's no
And then another thing is they had to get her out of there too, because with this being exposed and it's going, and you know what I'm saying, other people could kill her or anything. It was a safety thing too.
So exactly right, Montana, because that is part of what they said today. They were saying, well, listen, if in fact this woman is exchanging something for something, which it obviously looks like that, right? We got to get her out of that location because the location she was at yesterday, beyond, you know, today, was very dangerous for her to be in that place and remain in that place and do whatever she's getting ready to do or whatever's going to
Right.
happen. They said that specifically. So you were right about that. They had to get her out of there. Then to say they exchanged something for something, it's that these are my speculations, my opinion only, that she's going to spill it she's going to say everything, she's going to tell everything she knows. And in order for me to do that, we're going to get you to this low level. You're going to be able to order fancy skin care and all kind of nice commissary. You get to live nicely. It's not as like it's still behind a fence, but it's not like the higher level, right? And so there was, and how we're coming to that conclusion, or how they're coming to the conclusion that it's got to be something for something, is because somebody with greater than 20 years with a ex offense like she has, with allegedly 14-year-old girls, and doing the things that she did, will never be eligible for a lower level facility, especially not a camp like she's at now in Bryan, Texas.
I mean, that could be possibly true. They can do that because you got some people that got life sentences on level 2 yards or whatever. So with that, with her, like all that stuff they talking about her, what she could order from the commissary and stuff like that, she could have ordered it at the prison she at now. The reason why it's better for her at the lower level is because the women that's at the lower level, the lower level prisons they ain't too much violent.
Well, that's what they're saying, that she came from a very violent place. And here, a lot of people made it to this place because they're focusing on going home.
Yeah, they
They're
focus on going
focusing on
home,
staying in their lane, doing the right thing, and so they can go home.
and they got more programs where you got to be disciplinary free to be in them, so they ain't trying to mess it up.
They said they have programs even up to she can go do yoga. She can do all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff where she's at. So she has all kinds of privileges. Really feels like she's not locked up, but she is. She's more comfortable now. But the main thing they said is that possibly because no one really knows right now, but they were thinking possibly because they were wanting to protect her. That's how she got moved so quick. That's how they ordered special transportation to get her there, and that's how they got her to where her sister and brother-in-law lives
See,
because
the
it's
only thing,
because it's an exchange for something.
see
Allegedly.
now, see now, Trump about to be under the water because now that you waited till DOJ got involved, you should have gave her a pardon before them people came to talk to her.
That was
Now,
my. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
now she about to throw him under the bus now.
That was my whole. That was the biggest question I had. Like, does okay, since the DOJ has the authority to come and waive that and get her where they want her to get because of these conversations, possibly that she had the last 2 days, those 2 days with them, it Donald Trump that helped them or talked them into it for her to get there, or is it Donald Trump that should be worried because now Glenn gonna have to come through with what she said? They came through with what they told they was gonna do. Now you got to do it. I'm not so sure that she didn't already spill the beans in those 2 days, and then now that they got what they wanted, we're gonna set you up. You'll be out of here in a couple of days. We'll get you to Dallas where your sister is. We don't know what the conversation was about. But what her attorney did say in the press conference is she answered every question. Every single question. She did not, no question went unanswered. And it went very well. That was the first day. She went back the second day. So what I'm thinking is just my opinion, allegedly, that she's already singing, she already sung the song. And now they're holding their end up. But where does Donald Trump fall in all of this? I don't know. But just like Two Cash said, for
Cause she's saying, well, listen, I've been sitting here for a couple of years,
and you ain't did nothing.
and this man, they never gave me no pardon. Bump
Yep,
him.
yep. Yep, that's it. So I'm trying to make sure I said everything. Yeah, so I think is it called a quid pro quo when they do that? When they exchange something for something? Or am I wrong, totally wrong?
I
I'm
mean,
not sure.
I'm not sure either.
I have to look that up. I should have did that before I came on. But
You
anyway,
say quid pro, what is it you said?
it's quid pro quo. So QUID pro PROQUO exchange for meeting, or have they had an exchange for something meeting or something? Um,
Yeah,
See,
it
it,
says
what
it's
is
a
it?
Latin term meaning something for something or this for that.
Exactly. That's what it was.
Hmm.
and to
So
be hon- and to be
yeah.
honest with you, like if she do get free, she gonna have to be on witness protection.
Well, you think even in this lower thing, well, because if you're saying because what I how I took it when I saw the report is that where she was going to have to be super protected. But
Listen, listen, listen. If anything happened to her at that level 2 prison,
now
she sh-
wait a minute, Montana. When you say level 2, is this the lower level?
yeah, level
Okay,
3 is the high.
okay.
When like at that level 2 or level 1, whatever she went
She's
to,
at a camp that's they said a low level.
yeah.
That's
So whatever she at, if anything happened to her, I don't give a care if somebody slap her. She got a big boy lawsuit because they supposed to have put her on PC
okay.
because you telling on the president.
Yeah, Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You telling on the president you supposed to be locked down 24/7, supervised.
And here's where the messed up part is, right? You still have this young lady that's coming out on the news and all of the alleged victims, right? And this lady is saying, "Listen, I'm in this room. I can remember my underclothes that I had on had little girly underclothes. They had little hearts on them, and they told me to take them all off." Like this person now is saying, "Are y'all really gonna release this woman after she was co-conspirator? She was in the rooms. She was the recruiter. She even played a part in it physically to pleasure herself. And now, because she's going to sing like a bird, or she's going to do, you guys are going to do have a quid pro quo meeting and say, if you tell us everything and give us all the names, this is what we'll do for you." But are they discounting the victims? Or is it going to benefit them in the long run? Because everybody that's in the file, everybody that Ghislaine gives up is going to have to answer for it. Right.
Because how is she moved from the higher level to a camp? Because it's basically a camp.
It's a
How
camp.
is she moved to the lower level as an ex offender?
So here's what they said too, with her being an ex offender. They talked about the level of the levels, I guess. And for having a 20-year sentence or greater, plus a violent or a actual violation, right? That you are like, you can't, and Montana's saying it's possible, but they're saying these people out of that are the experts said, you, according to what the law says, you cannot move to a camp or a lower level two, whatever, if you have those type of charges. But what they're
Yeah,
also but what they're also saying in Montana's defense, what he's saying is that the DOJ can come in and they're the only ones that have the authority to come in and waive it or overturn it, those policies, which is
yeah,
crazy to me
yeah,
because
because everybody
you
everybody
got,
have well,
I'm sorry,
you
Montana, I'm gonna talk
like
over you.
everybody got a like every inmate um has basically has a caseworker. And your
Right,
casework is like classifications. So as you stay out of trouble a certain amount of years, your custody level drops, where you could go to those type of yards.
right. And you get like, do you in the higher level, do you still get like points and 2 days for this day if you do good and all that stuff? Ain't there a program for that? But is that at the lower higher level too?
No, like with violent inmates, they can still get in programs or whatever, but they got to at least be disciplinary free for up to a year to get in those programs.
Oh, okay. Are the programs entered where the places that are hard, like where they were?
Um, some programs on the same yard, and some programs you have to get shipped.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
but they
I think
require for you to be 12 months disciplinary free.
right. And so with all of that said, I still think that with everything we know, well, what we've been seeing with her being pulled out, and then just a few days later, they got her out of there to a lower, like it's something going on. I go back to what Two Cash said. It's about to get messy because these victims are going to start screaming. And then I don't know where Donald Trump falls into this, and he's crazy too. So I don't know. Um, but just like they said, they're sending the DOJ is sending word to Donald Trump to back off the Diddy thing of giving Diddy a pardon too. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So I guess the DOJ has a lot of power
I
over this.
mean, I mean, not really, because he the one appoints the attorney general.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know how they could tell him to back off. Yeah,
Yeah, they was like sending word to tell him to back off. And then he's probably saying, laugh like you did. Like, do they know who they talking to?
yeah, like yeah, because he could fire them.
But I'm trying to understand then why you say that he should be nervous then if that president has that kind of power, then why should he be nervous? Why don't he just, now that she's gotten to this lower level, then ain't the next thing the pardon?
I mean, just because he in the position where he is, that don't mean he could be above the law, even though he's been beating cases that he was charged with,
Yeah, and didn't have
and
to do
some
no
of them he
time
lost.
to be the president.
Yeah, some of them he lost, but he know what's about to go happen, so that's why all
Well,
his supporters about to he about it's about to prove to his supporters how much of he a compulsive liar and everything.
yeah. It'll be very interesting to see what all Ghislaine has said, because she knows everything from the beginning to the end of Jeffrey Epstein's life. She knows it all. And she did not want, she barricaded herself in her home when they came for her. She had all the lights out, like she was not giving herself up because she did not want to go to jail. No one does. But she just wasn't accustomed to that life, and she was not giving herself up easily. And so it'll just be interesting how far she'll go. And like you said, she may feel a way about Trump. You've been knowing me since the 80s. You know what you've done, and you allowed me to sit here 3, 4, 5 years, however long, and have not done nothing for me.
I say
Nothing.
the same thing.
And I know what you did, but you've done nothing for me. So why wouldn't I help the people that's helping me?
Then another thing is, see, when he thought the case was over with, he thought he was just in the good. When them pictures came out with him and Epstein, it shook him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, where the
Oh,
heck these come from?
he's shaking
They,
in his boots.
yeah, where the heck these pictures come from?
He don't know what's next, what's coming out next. Because he wasn't, I don't believe he was part of those conversations those 2 days. But I don't know. So anyway, that is Ghislaine Maxwell. We're going to continue. You can also chat in the box. Absolutely. So we're going to continue to watch the story and follow and see what's next with this, because this is just the beginning. I mean, we just don't know.
But
What,
another thing is, I don't know why he just won't come in and tell the truth to the American people. The American people just want the truth. So just come out and tell the American people the truth. Ain't like they could go back and charge you for nothing because the case already been tried and everybody got the conviction. And then one of the people died.
right.
They
But
can't charge him
Montana,
with
you
nothing.
got to think about it though. If there's something in there that he can be tried for, like, because they go back 30, 40 years, maybe it's something in there that he can be, that he's worried about, that he did, that he could be possibly charged for. And so he's not, and just like I do, he is not going to come out and his story that he's given us, that's his story. He's sticking to it. He ain't gonna admit to nothing, even though we see pictures, even though we know he was there. And even I believe, even if even if Ghislaine comes out and say what she's gonna say, he's still gonna deny it.
I
That's just
mean, yeah,
that's
but
who he is.
ain't nothing the DOJ can do nothing with Trump because, like I said, the case already been tried, and with her speaking on what she's speaking, it just basically exposing them. It ain't doing nothing else because they gonna tell her, well, we ain't got enough evidence to put charges on her because you should have testified or said this when the case was open.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. We're gonna continue to watch. It just seems like every time you go to bed and wake up, it's something else. Hey, Right Studios, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. So we're just our first story was we talked about a little bit about Nicki Minaj's husband. If you guys are just coming in, we talked about him and his court dates, and in with we believe that he's trying to come to some kind of settlement with the young lady that is accusing him of sexual SA. And so he had a court date on yesterday, and they're going to figure that out. And then we just did the Maxwell story. So let's move on to Shannon Sharpe's next lawsuit that just came in. Let's talk about him a little bit. There is something to say on here about him. So we were able to get this. I think if it's gonna pop up. Hey, Beauty is me.
They're
Welcome.
definitely trying to clean him out.
So yeah, so like, do we feel like, at this point, Shannon Sharpe is in a downward spiral and it's just gonna keep hitting him just like it did R. Kelly, just like it did P. Diddy. They just keep coming for him. So this young lady, but Shannon Sharpe's not by itself. Ocho Cinco is now a part of this. So this young lady at an Usher concert, she's was chosen out of the audience that he gets all in her face and just kind of, Usher's music and how he is. So Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharpe on the show talks about how this woman's husband, what he's going to do and about the divorce papers and all this stuff that they didn't really, go do the research to see if this woman was even married, right? This woman came back and was like, first of all, during that time, I was not even married and I was not going through a divorce, and my and it's defamation and all of these things. And she's now suing them for $20 million. Do we think this lady's being petty? Because it's just, they know their show and how they talk, right? Or were they really, really wrong for making this video go viral and did not have the facts to do it? So whenever you talk about defamation, there's 5 categories to prove defamation. I can't remember all 5 of them, but I know one of them is that it has to be that other people saw the act, what it was. So we know that happened because it went viral. It has to be that, I'll pull it up. But there's 5 things, and I think she met 3 of the 5 things for defamation. So anyway, this is what we got, and we're gonna read it. So, I always forget to take that down because it gets in the way. But basically, she's got this $20 million lawsuit, and I don't know. The question is posed: do we think that she's being petty? Or do we think that she has a right to do, to come out and do this? So Jamalita Tillman, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, versus Shannon Sharpe, Shay Media, Chad Johnson, Christian Deere. So let's get to it. Defendant Shannon Sharpe and Shay Media LLC hereby remove the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, the civil action pending against it in the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, and captioned Tillman versus Shannon Sharpe, ETAL, case number 25L0, all that, in support of removal. So I think, one of them is that she had to have reached out to them a certain amount of times and told them to remove the video, right? So on April 24, 2025, plaintiff Jamalita Tillman filed a complaint against the Sharpe defendant and defendant Chad Johnson, Mr. Johnson, collectively defendants, none of whom are Illinois citizens, in the Circuit Court of the Cook County, Illinois. In her complaint, plaintiff brought forth claims for libel and defamation against defendants and seeks compensatory and punitive damages in the amount of $20 million. Plaintiff alleges that she served Mr. Sharpe on either June the 27th, 2025 or June 29th, 2025, presumably of the summons and complaint. To the best of Shay Media LLC's knowledge, it has not been served in this matter. Moreover, in the state court record, there is no affidavit of service on Shay Media LLC. Oh, I haven't read this yet. So they're saying they have not even been served. This removal is therefore timely and complies with all of that. And this court has diversity jurisdiction over plaintiff's state law claims. Background and proceedings in the state court. On April 24, 2025, plaintiff filed her operative complaint in the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, captioned Tillman versus Shannon Sharpe, case number, all of that. On either the 27th or the 29th of June, plaintiff alleges that she served Mr. Sharpe a full state court record of affidavit on service dated June 28th. So are they saying that it was served on the 28th? And it says, to date, plaintiff is not represented by counsel and appears pro se. Oh, to the best of Shay Media LLC's knowledge, it has not been served in this matter. Moreover, in this state court record, there is no affidavit of service on Shay Media LLC. She needs to get a lawyer because of who they are and the type of money they have. That's just my opinion. Moving on. An up-to-date copy of all filings on the state court's docket is attached as Exhibit 2. Together, Exhibit 1 and 2 comprise all filings or information to date within the state court proceeding. Pursuant to that, a defendant has 30 days to remove to federal court from one of two triggering events. The first one is receipt of the complaint if the pleading is what? Facially, I can't see that. I'm blind. Removable. Or if the complaint is not facially removable, then number 2, receipt of an amended pleading motion, order, or other paper from which it may be ascertained that the case is one which is or has become removable. This former circumstance is applicable here. As noted above, on either June 27th or 29th of 2025, plaintiff alleges that she served Mr. Sharpe. As noted above, to the best of the knowledge of Shay Media LLC, he has not been served. Assuming arguendo that service on Mr. Sharpe was proper as of June 27, 2025, then Mr. Sharpe had 30 days from July 27, 2025 to remove to federal court. Thus, Mr. Sharpe's alleged removal deadline would be July the 28th, 2025. They're also saying he missed the deadline. The notice of removal is timely as defendant has filed it within 30 days of being served. See Murphy, all that case law right there. That a defendant's time to remove is not triggered absent services of process, and this requirement is not met by mere receipt of the complaint unattended by any federal service. This court has diversity jurisdiction. Removal is appropriate because this case has original diversity of citizenship jurisdiction over this case. The district court shall have original jurisdiction of all civil actions where the matter is controversy exceeds the sum or value of $75,000 exclusive of interest and cost and is between citizens of different states. And diversity jurisdiction requires complete diversity among the parties and an amount of controversy exceeding $75,000. Both requirements are met here. First, there is complete diversity of the parties. Upon information and belief, plaintiff is a citizen of Illinois. She alleges that she resides in Cook County, Illinois, and presumably intends to continue residing in Illinois. Mr. Sharpe is not a citizen of Illinois. He is a citizen of Nevada, where he maintains his permanent What is that? Whatever that is. Can y'all see that? Okay. Anyway, moving on because you're not answering me. Shay Media LLC is a limited liability company whose sole member is Mr. Sharpe. Accordingly, for
Oh, my
diverse,
bad. I was on mute. I forgot.
it's okay. Member for Sharpe. Accordingly, for diversity purposes, Shay Media LLC is also a citizen of Nevada. See that case law right there. The citizenship of limited liability company depends on the citizenships of its members. While not relevant for diversity purposes, Shay Media LLC is also a Delaware limited liability company, which does not maintain a principal place of business or any place of business in Illinois. Upon information and belief, co-defendant Christian Deere is a citizen of California for diversity purposes and maintains his permanent what is that? Anyway, there. Indeed, a document that appears in the state court filed entitled Additional Defendant Respondent Address and Services Information identifies Mr. Deere's address as being in Northridge, California. Upon information and belief, co-defendant Chad Johnson is a citizen of Florida for diversity purpose and maintains his permanent residence there. Indeed, a document that appears in the state court filed entitled Additional Defendant Respondent Address and Services Information identifies Mr. Johnson's address as being in Miami, Florida. Accordingly, the parties are completely diverse and the citizenship component of the removal analysis is satisfied. Second, the amount in controversy is also met. Courts generally accept the plaintiff's good faith allegations of the amount to controversy to establish diversity's jurisdiction, and that is the case law right there. Unless recovery of an amount exceeding the jurisdictional minimum is legally impossible, the case belongs to a federal court. So they're trying to say it moved from the state to feds. Plaintiff's complaint alleges $20 million in compensatory and punitive damages. While the Sharpe defendants believe that plaintiff's case is completely without merit, there is no statutory cap or bar that precludes plaintiff from recovering more than $75,000 in this matter. Thus, the amount in controversy requirement is satisfied. Accordingly, this case is removable on diversity of citizenship grounds. All procedural pre-requests has been satisfied. Removal is timely as the Sharpe defendant filed this notice of removal within 30 days after any alleged services. Venue is proper. The court encompasses the Illinois court in which the plaintiff filed this section. The circuit example, i.e. the circuit, move out the way. Come on, it's in my way. There it is. The Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, meaning the court is the district court of the United States for the district and division, embracing the place where the action is pending. All defendants consent to the removal of the action. Attached is Exhibit 3 and 4 and signed consents by Mr. Deere and Mr. Johnson. In an abundance of caution, Exhibit 2 contains the entire state court files, irrespective of whether the Sharpe defendants were actually served with these documents. Thus, this notice of removal includes a copy of all process pleadings and orders served upon the defendant or the defendant in such action. The Sharpe defendants were not served with any papers not included in the state court file. Defendants are sending prompt written notice of the notice of removal to plaintiff and notifying the clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, as required. A copy of this state court notice is attached in Exhibit 5. A civil cover sheet accompanies the notice alongside the required filings. This stuff gets too long for me. The undersigned has read this notice of removal and to the best of their undersigned's knowledge, information, and belief, formed after reasonable inquiry, the undersigned certifies that defendant's factual allegations herein have evidentiary support and its legal contentions are warranted by existing law. The undersigned also certifies that the notice of removal is not interposed for any improper purpose, such as to harass, cause unnecessary delay, or needlessly increase the cost of litigation. By filing this notice of removal, defendant does not waive any defenses available at law, in equity or otherwise. Prayer for removal. Wherefore, defendant prays this action be removed from the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division, dated July the 25th. And there you have it. That's the end of that. That's that on that. Certificate of service. Julius A. Levinson, an attorney, certified that on July the 25th, 2025, I caused to be electronically filed the foregoing documents with the clerk of the court using the approved electronic filing system, and also emailed and served via Federal Express a copy to plaintiff who appears pro se and the above contact information. So that was her stuff.
Hey, so
So there you have it.
So where did that come from?
Where did what come from?
That motion.
To her filing?
Yeah.
What do you mean she filed it? I'm confused.
I'm talking about where that motion, like what resource that come from?
That I just read?
Yeah.
Harlem.
Harlem, you think that's legit?
Yeah, why you say it? You don't think it's legit?
Because when a person go pro se, why would they have a certificate of services from an attorney?
Well,
pro se means you representing yourself.
Right. But people do that.
She may have consulted with an attorney.
If I consult with an attorney, I might as well hire him.
Maybe she can't hire them.
I think it is. I think it is. I've heard the same stuff all over, the big news outlet CNN was talking about it. ESPN. Not ESPN. All of them are talking about it. But what I do agree is that I said that in the middle of this, like, why are you doing pro se? Because of who you dealing with, that you should have some type of representation.
And then another thing with on social media, and the public know, but the person who you suing don't even know yet. The world has it.
Okay, so at the end it says in parentheses for two of them, Pro Hack V say is forthcoming. So those lawyers, I'm assuming, are going to be.
So that's the part she's going to have some kind of representative talking about.
Especially for that type of money she wants.
For the type of money she wants, I feel like she has to have does she have a legitimate complaint?
Well, one thing I could say to Shannon Sharpe, man, they about to clean him out, but he always better remember Black Link Reporting Media always hiring. You can come over here.
Come on over here. We'll take you. But yeah, but seriously, like, I feel like he already has another lawsuit with another woman accusing him, and now he has this. Like, they're just trying to wipe him out totally. Like $20 million for that, because they talked about you and said that you all up in Usher's face and what your husband was going to do, and that what the divorce papers are going to say. And so that just kind of touched her in the wrong way, that said, I'm not even married. Like, there was not even a divorce going on, and that I'm a single mother, and you are making viral videos about something that's not true.
So she's supposed to be big in education and art art program in Chicago. She's supposed to be the director of some cultural center
Yeah.
and some other leadership institute. So she was saying that it was basically, defamation of character for them talking about her like that. It affected her business, her
Right.
brand.
Right. And I think that I mean, if that's the case, and that's right, if she's a public figure, um, then that could hurt her. But she's all I mean, yeah, that could hurt that for the way it makes the way they did the video and how they made it sound.
I
Um,
get I get the motion too. I guess what that was, what you just read was the motion that she typed up before she melted it off or sent or filed it. Because you realize it don't have no case number or nothing on it, where the court ain't gave her a case number or nothing. So that was just what she typed up before she filed it.
and so and possibly the lawyers that are coming on board are getting ready to help her out. I don't
Like,
know.
even though you go pro se, you still have attorneys that work in the background that teaching you and prepping you of how everything run in the courts, so you could be prepared, even though you represent yourself.
But does everybody have that?
What you mean?
Like, does everybody have somebody prepping them that go pro se?
No,
I
not
does it?
everybody, because a lot of people know how the court procedures go. Like you, if you represent yourself, certain things that the judge may say you might not understand, and those attorneys in the background helping you understand these things. If the judge was to say this what this
Hmm.
means.
Hmm.
But Montana, it's a case number on the front.
I didn't see it. That's why I
Let
just
me go
said,
back. I'm gonna pull it back up.
cause
Oh
you know,
yeah.
cause where the little square at. The case is supposed to be on the right side of that square box in the middle.
Let's see.
Yeah, the line is blank, but like underneath, she has it put on there. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Right here.
Yeah, right there, right in the middle of that box on the outside.
Yeah, but then if you look down, if you see removed from the law right down there, it's the case number.
Where we at? Remove.
You
Oh, right,
see,
right
you
here.
see, yeah,
But why I wonder why is it not up here?
in the box, in that line, I don't know.
Maybe it is something that was prior, because she do have a case number. Yeah. We bring this just five and a 3 times speed. What I'm saying this to say that you know Shannon Sharpe should be. I think he should be really concerned as well, because they're coming for him. They're coming for him, and now Ocho Cinco is involved. Like, what's next? I guess I would say for him, because once you start spiraling down, it just becomes this trickle effect, and I think he should be worried. I think he should be worried.
Yeah, because Shannon Sharp still has the other lawsuit with the Michelle person
Right.
that was his girlfriend some years ago.
Right. So with that, now you did already um made a settlement that for whatever reason ESPN wasn't feeling that, which maybe they understand that there's another lady coming behind her, right? That he's gonna have to either settle with or go to court about actual things. And then this lady about you making viral videos about her and defaming her character. Like, who are you becoming, Shannon? Like, that's kind of
I
how they
know
look.
one thing, when you were talking about, he said he was focused on his brother being deducted in the Hall of Fame or something like that.
Uh-huh.
That brother better watch out, because Shannon coming to move in with you. He ain't about to have that.
If he keep on the way on this journey he's on, like, just go do your Club Shay Shay, your interviews, and just do things the right way. Do things the right way.
You ain't about
Because
to
I
have
mean, 'cause you
nothing.
can't, like, I mean, he does, he has a lot of money, but you can't, I mean, when he lost ESPN, that was tens of millions of dollars, not tens of
Yeah.
thousands, tens of millions of dollars. He lost a big bag when he lost that. So that put a dent in it. Then you just gave up to 20, over $20 million. Now this one's coming at you. Now they're coming for 20 million for the defamation. Like, it's a lot. In a minute, all these millions and millions you're giving away, it's going to be gone, because then you're going to start losing your partnerships, your businesses, your jobs, right? But then other people are saying Shannon is set up pretty good because of other things that he has going on. But still, 20 million here, 20 million there, 50 million here, that disappears. So that's what it is. Let me get this off of here. Now,
Yeah, because I got to look and see how much the Michelle person is
yeah,
asking
He
for.
definitely needs prayer, Harlem. Pray for him.
how because I haven't heard any amount from her about her.
Yeah, I don't even know if she was asking for an amount, but I have to go find her suit and see what I could find on her.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Montana. What you gonna say?
No, I was just telling you, Shannon need one of your prayers.
Why he need one of my prayers?
Moving on to Fat Joe. So we know that Fat Joe is fighting a lawsuit, $20 million lawsuit. This 20 million and 50 million seems to be the norm, but this $20 million lawsuit by his former hype man. So it was in court today, based on recent new reports. Here's a summary. So, lawsuit ending and denials. Fat Joe is currently facing a 20 million lawsuit filed by his former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon. The lawsuit alleges coercive labor, exploitation, financial fraud. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Okay. Actual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion against Fat Joe, whose real name is Joseph Cartagena. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Cartagena.
Cartagena. Okay. Furthermore, Dixon claims that he witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with underage girls aged 15 and 16. Fat Joe has strongly denied these allegations, calling them disgusting lies and characterizing the lawsuit as an attempt to extortion by a coward, ex-hype, and a crooked attorney. In fact, Fat Joe had previously filed a slander lawsuit against Dixon for similar accusations made on social media, according to the Los Angeles Times. Fat Joe's attorney has stated that the allegations are complete fabrications and the lawsuit is a blatant act of retaliation. So let me get back up there. So the financial impact is that Fat Joe claims the lawsuit has cost him roughly $10 million in lost endorsement deals, TV appearances, and contracts. Same thing I'm worried about with Shannon Sharpe is these endorsements and partnerships. But he's lost 10 million in endorsement deals, TV appearances, and contracts for a beard coloring product, reports iHeart. He is reportedly seeking $15 million in damages plus interest in a countersuit against Dixon and his attorney. Fat Joe and his legal team are also scrutinizing the professional conduct of Dixon's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, citing previous judges' referral to the grievance committee for allegedly filing cases to gain media attention and pressure settlements. Blackburn was also recently arrested on suspicion of assault after allegedly hitting a process server with his car. We heard about that, notes the Los Angeles Times. There is also a development regarding a scripted series about Fat Joe's life titled The Book of Jose, which was initially planned for Showtime, but is now being developed by Stars, according to the deadline. He is also hosting an interview series of Stars called Fat Joe Talks. Fat Joe recently appeared as a guest artist during DeVito's 5 Alive tour in New York. It's important to note these allegations and the illegal proceedings are ongoing. So that's Fat Joe. It continues to go. Do y'all like? Does this lawsuit, Montana? What are you thinking? Does it hold any weight for him?
Um, it's hard to say.
Just your thoughts, yeah.
It's hard to say.
I don't know. I guess it will depend. It's all going to depend on the evidence that they have.
A lot of stuff we thought that wasn't solid, they still settled. So
Yeah, exactly. So that's about it. We're gonna go, and I mean, we're gonna also back when we get when it pertains to Shannon Sharpe. I still want to figure out what the other lady's gonna be doing about what she's asking for, because it's gonna be something, because of the simple fact that she's not gonna. What you're fighting for is gonna. It's got to be something. Like she's gonna be probably the 20 or 50,000. I don't know. But it all depends on the evidence, and it all depends on what Shannon knows, just like Fat Joe. It all depends on what they know and what the evidence that's going to be brought against them is going to show. So I don't know. I don't know if it holds weight or not, but it feels like it does. It feels like they will move forward, and it could possibly continue. But we're going to continue to follow the follow inner. Inner City Press. Yeah, we're going to continue to follow him because he has been showing up. Like, he is on it. He's up in the courthouse, and I appreciate him so much, so much. So anyway, let's move on to your dude, P. Diddy. So the prosecution was not playing with Diddy. They responded, and I thought I pulled it up. Let me see if I have it. Did I get that, Harlem? Yeah.
With the prosecution, yeah, I think I sent that one to you.
Thank you. So you guys, as you know, Sean Combs, Puff, has submitted for, he submitted to be released until sentencing, till October. And right behind that, he submitted for either an acquittal or a retrial. So as this is pulling up, we know as of today that he has been denied. Like, here's the deal. Like, the judge kind of made it clear, right, that he was not going to let him out. And so they keep asking for him to be moved. But I mean, he has the right to keep fighting for that. But like I said the other day, I wouldn't be surprised either way if he agreed to let him out or if he made him stay in. But most people that I talked to about it, because I had been talking to people about it, they was like, he's not going to get out. Like, they're not going to let him out. He's going to have to at least sit there till October. Now the prosecution is saying, listen, we want an even stronger sentencing. Like, we're not tapping him on the wrist. We're going to give him what this carries. We're also hearing, I don't know for sure, but there's another lawsuit against Diddy that could take him to another trial. I don't know if that's true or not. That's speculation right now. So let's see what this is. I think you guys probably already know about.
See, he need to leave them people alone. You don't beat the people.
And
Why would you do that and open that whole life sentence back up?
Whew. For me, I'm like saying, this is what I'm saying, Montana, y'all. I'm saying, Harlem, like, go ahead and just sit there till October. Get under your belt the domestic classes. Get under your belt the substance abuse classes. Go do some things that really are going to be effective in front of a judge, that a judge wants to see a person trying to make themselves better, instead of bugging him about letting you out when he's already not going to let you out. Rice Down said, as my grandma would say, he playing in their face. Let it rest for a while. And that's what I gotta, I mean, for real, just let it rest for a while. Go do the classes and do get whatever they offer you that makes you better, that makes you look better in a court of law before a judge. I'm not bugging you. I don't want to get on your nerves. I understand I got to sit here till October. And by October, maybe when judge see that I'm really making a good faith effort, I could probably get out, or I could probably get less time. But it keeps bothering them. I think that I would want my lawyers to be working for anything that's going to help me October 3rd instead of bugging this judge. But we can see what this says. So the prosecution responded. Judge has said no as well. Prosecution just we were I don't know where the question where it came out that said that, or how we started talking about, since Maureen Comey is gone, how will this prosecution act? They ain't letting up. That whoever's left, they are not letting up. So go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I had said. That's what I said. I wanted to see how the prosecution came back and responded. And
Yeah,
it seems like they want more time
they
than what
want
Maureen Comey wanted.
yes. They was like, obviously, it made me feel like they were saying, no, she ain't asking for enough. Like we this man has done this, A, B, C, and D, and y'all just trying to tap him on. No. So they came back really rough on him. Dear Judge Silverman, despite the court's clear ruling that the defendant must be detained pending sentencing following his conviction on 2 felony counts, the defendant moves again for bail. Like he getting on their nerves. At the court, as the court correctly found after written and oral submissions by the parties on July the 2nd, 2025, the defendant's detention pending sentencing is mandatory. There are no exceptional circumstances justifying his release. And even if there were, the defendant cannot demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence that he is not a danger to the community. Further, following the court's unambiguous ruling, the defendant now seeks relief without even attempting to demonstrate a reason for reconsideration. Because the defendant's motion fails to demonstrate any of the required showing, he fails to carry his burden, and the motion should be swiftly rejected. Don't wait. Reject it today. So the defendant has presented no reason for the courts to reconsider its detention ruling. The defendant asked the court to reconsider its July the 2nd, 2025 ruling that the defendant must be detained pending trial, but fails to even address the proper standard for a motion for reconsideration, let alone meet it. This court properly denied the defendant's request for bail on July the 2nd, 2025, and the defendant has failed to present any reason for the court to reconsider its ruling. The court should deny the defendant's motion on that basis alone. Hey, Willie. Okay, I was just reading what he was saying. Applicable law. Whereas here, defendant's bail application pending appeal was previously denied, a renewed motion for the bail is reconsideration by the court. Request at the sentencing proceeding for bail pending appeal, the defendant's instant bail motion may be properly viewed as a motion to reconsider. To reconsider detention ruling pending standard for motion for reconsideration. Denying motion to reconsider detention ruling pending sentence where defendant for reconsideration. They're saying the same thing. Is strict. Procedures do not provide for motions for reconsideration. Local Criminal Rule 49.1 permits such a motion under certain limited circumstances. A motion for reconsideration of a court ordering determined a motion must be filed within 14 days after the court's determination of the original motion. A memorandum no longer than 10 pages in length setting forth concisely the matters or controlling decisions that cause belief the court has overlooked and must accompany the motion. Prior to the adoption of Local Rule 49.1, courts in the district applied local civil rules for motion for reconsideration in criminal cases, and thus courts apply the same standard of review for motions seeking reconsideration under Local Criminal Rule and Local Civil Rule 6.3 made the federal rules of civil procedures, United States versus Stewart. So those are some case laws. A motion for reconsideration will generally be denied unless the moving party can point to controlling decisions or data that the court overlooked. Matters, in other words, that might reasonably be expected or alter the conclusion reached by the court. So what that's saying is that the only reason they would consider to let him out is if it's something that the judge or the court has overlooked that would warrant him to be out. And at this point, they stand in 10 toes. We have not overlooked nothing. You're not getting out. You are denied. The warrant reconsideration, the moving party bears the heavy burden of showing an intervening change of controlling law, the availability of new evidence, or the need to correct a clear error or prevent a manifest injustice. I'm going to skip that. Discussion. The defendant has failed to meet the strict standard of reconsideration. As an initial matter, the defendant's motion is ultimately under Rule 49.1 because 2nd, 2025 bail 14 day. Reason why he was denied too. Further, the defendant fails to point to any interviewing change of controlling law, new evidence, clear error, or need to prevent a manifest injustice as required. Indeed, the defendant's risk of flight and dangerousness. The defendant's current motion raises no new issue that the court in that regard. Similarly, during the bail circumstances, namely, during the hearing, the defense put forth the argument that it argues here with respect to exceptional circumstances, namely that the circumstances of the defendant Mann Act convictions present exceptional circumstances warranting his release from defense counsel on the point, and rejected its position, finding that irrespective of any exceptional circumstances, the defendant could not establish by clear and convincing evidence that he was not a danger to the community. In addition, as discussed below, the defense raised the conditions at the MDC with the court during the prior bail hearing, but stated the opposite of what they now claim presents extraordinary circumstances. So at that point, they're talking about where he said, yeah, we know he was violent. He did that to Cassie. We understand it, but that's not what he's on file. We take full responsibility for that, but that's not what he's on trial for. And now they're saying he's not that way. That's what that's saying. I want to thank the MDC. The MDC gave us good access to him. They made it work, and Your Honor helped us out on a great deal by giving access to him. The defense cannot now claim that there was an intervening change in the conditions at the MDC to justify the court's reconsideration. Doing so would relitigate old issues or otherwise take a second bite at the apple, which is not to prevent of a motion, which is not the province of a motion for reconsideration. Accordingly, since the defense has failed to carry its burden of showing controlling decisions or matters overlooked by the court should deny the defendant's motion to reconsider for the court's July the 2nd order. Lots of evidence was forbidden for being accepted into official rule. I'm missing the comments. Even setting aside the defendant's failure to meet or even address the proper standard for a motion for reconsideration, the defendant's motion still fails. As this court previously found, because the defendant was convicted of felonies under Chapter 117, his detention is mandatory pursuant to the Bail Reform Act. And once again, the defendant has not met the requirements of the so-called safety valve in 18 USC 314C. which requires defendants to prove by clear and convincing evidence that they are not a flight risk or a danger, and that exceptional reasons exist, making documentation appropriate. Moreover, the defendants go for the defendant. There are no exceptional circumstances here of this conviction make his continued incarceration exceptional. However, the defendant's arguments are baseless, misleading, and run counter to the clear intent expressed by Congress. First, the court should not entertain the defendant's request to override the clear intent of Congress by putting aside the mandatory detention provisions in favor of examining the facts underlying his conviction. The defendant points to no authority for this novel theory, nor could he, because Congress could not have been clearer. Those defendants found guilty of any felony under Chapter 117 of the United States Code shall be detained. Gosh, they came with it. Congress did not say that mandatory determination applies to some felonies under 117, depending on the facts underlying the conviction. Congress said the mandatory detention applies to any felony under 117. The defendant's Mann Act convictions are such felonies. They need to remove the Mann Act, that Black Mann Act, remove the Mann Act, the Black Mann Act, since this misuse, it take down Black men. Encouraging the court to consider the fact underlying the defendant's convictions as exceptional reasons under that Congress's clear intent to make detention mandatory with respect to certain categories of felony convictions. District courts certainly have broad discretion to consider what constitutes exceptional reasons, but accepting the defendant's invitation would eviscerate the congressional intent underlining the mandatory detention provision contemplated by the Bail Reform Act. Instead of creating a carve out for Mann Act conviction that follow a particular fact pattern in district conflict with the Bail Reform Act, the court should consider the nature of the offense where Congress has in the defendant's risk of flight. Circumstances of this offense change in determining whether there are sure appeal of the community. Second, defendant being denied after being convicted. Gosh. And mandatory remand applies. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Oh, I lost my place. Move out the way. Okay. Defendant charged with sex trafficking in a Mann Act violation remain detained after pleading remain in violation. Simply put, okay, bail free. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm caught up. We feel move out the way. We feel the reasons proffered by defendant, though unfortunate, are not exceptional. Rather, we think reasons similar to gravity to those presented by defendant attend more instances in which a defendant's detention is at issue. Reversing district court's finding of exceptional circumstances and explaining that there is nothing exceptional about going to school, being employed, or being a first-time offender, either separately or in combination. The defendant cites two cases that he claims involve similarly situated defendants and in which the defendants were released on bond conditions following a Mann Act conviction. However, even a cursory review of those cases reveal that other than the statutes of conviction, these defendants are not even the slightest bit similar, are not even the slightest bit similarly situated to the defendant. Wow. The defendant first points to the, hold on, it's my daughter. The defendant first points to the convictions of defendants John Throwbridge, Michael Stebick, and Ronald Tills in the Western District of New York, and claims that because those three individuals were released on bond following their guilty pleas, he too should be released on a bond. But these defendants were all far less culpable than the defendant, and in fact, the government never sought their detention pre-sentencing, nor did the court appear to consider mandatory remand. Unlike the defendant, who transported men and women in prostitution over the course of more than a decade across state lines, on two who was sentenced to 18 months imprisonment, admitted to transporting women across the state lines on 6 occasions within a 2-year period. So basically, it's saying that is nothing compared to what you've done. Moreover, none of the Trowbridge defendants were alleged to have been physically assaulted anyone in connection with the conduct. And Steinbeck transported the also points to the conviction of Mario Collins, who was ultimately sentenced to 24 months imprisonment after he was convicted of the Mann Act violation of transporting a victim on a single occasion. Collins was released after a mistrial was declared on his charges. How many more?
I think it's 11 or 12 pages.
It looked like 10. Okay. Where am I? What page was I on? 9 now? I'm gonna go back to 7 to the bottom.
But you know, I don't mean to interrupt you. You know, the special extenuating circumstances or whatever for extra time was supposed to be for the RICO. They wanted more time for him with the RICO. So how are they now changing it to more time for these charges where it's like no maximum or minimum or whatever on it?
You know how what I think it's because they get to do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They're just doing whatever they want to do. They're not, now because they look so crazy with him beating. Oh, super sticker. Thank you, Money Montana. That's so sweet. Oh, thank you so much. Dang, that was sweet. But I think it's because they look crazy, him beating the RICO, that now they got to do something to make themselves look good. And so they get to do what they want to do, right? And they're making him look so crazy. So crazy. Hold on, I got it.
Yeah, because I just remember from the indictment, they were wanting the extra time for the RICO charge.
Right. But he beat that. So how can you do that? In a sense, like I'm feeling like they just doing him any kind of way. And they're making him look crazy in this. Like they're saying this is so far-fetched what you're talking about. We're not trying to hear what you're talking about. Sit your butt in jail. This is what we're doing. And so I don't know. Taxpayers should be mad at them for wasting their money. Thank you, Montana, so much. Aww. Should we keep reading? Do we want to keep reading?
That's up to you. That's a lot of more pages.
Girl, that's a lot of more pages. We can just talk about it. we could just talk about it. But I do feel like at this point, what I would, if I was his lawyers, I would at least try, because Diddy's Diddy and he's gonna tell them what he wants. But I would suggest to him that let's just back off. We don't want to upset the judge no more than we already have. I continue to ask to get out. From the inception of this, they have denied him. And the judge, the prosecution is doing their due diligence. Like, listen, they submitted these case laws, and this is what we feel about these case laws. What do you say, judge? And then the judge makes the decision. What they're saying is they're comparing is that the case laws that Diddy has given them, that these people's cases are not nearly as bad as yours. They did it maybe over a 2-year span, and when they did it, they didn't have actual intercourse with these women, and nobody was physically abused. What they're also continuing to stand on is that he's a violent person and that he tampers with witnesses. Like, he has a bad rep right now with them. And that's the whole reason for them. Oh, I thought I messed up. That's the whole reason for them picking him up early is they thought that he was tampering with witnesses. So it's a lot that Diddy's up against with them. And now they're pissed off because they couldn't get him on that RICO charge. They did not have a strong enough jury or a strong enough evidence to bring the RICO charge. And that was a low blow for them. And so now whatever they need to do to keep him from being out, to keep him from getting a lesser sentence, they're going to fight for that. And you can see that. You can see just how they're speaking in this response. And it's just crazy. Bad Bunny said they are used to getting over. Where did you go? They're used to getting over on people who can't afford to defend themselves. Exactly. And I think that's why, Diddy's able to defend himself, but they keep somehow shutting him down. Like, they are shutting him down at every turn. That you feel like that Diddy's defense, that his team comes with the fire, right? And then they somehow just shut it down and the judge goes with the prosecution. It feels like it. Not that I'm saying the judge is being one way or the other, but he just feels like the prosecution has a stronger fight. And he's saying, no, we're going to go with this. We're not. I'm going to just say he just need to sit there. I'm not changing my mind and letting you out because the violence, because that's something that was proven. And that's something that you guys admitted in court. Yes, I did do those things, but I'm not on trial for that. I take accountability for that, but I'm not on trial for that. Oh, thank you for giving me access to him. It was so nice of you guys to freely let him come and let him stay late, come early. And now you coming back saying what the prosecution is saying. Now you coming back and you're saying something different. So they ain't giving him they submit that, they ain't even listening to him. They don't care what he's saying. It's how I feel, right? No matter what you submit, you're going to sit there till October the 3rd. Do y'all think he will try to get out again, find another way? I don't think.
Well, see, that's the thing. The lawyer Shapiro, she's a appellate lawyer. She's an appeals lawyer, so she's going to keep trying to get him out.
Yeah, she's gonna keep doing because I know she's thinking, dang, by now I would have had my client out. But you talking about Diddy. Crimea River. You right, Beauty. They couldn't oh gosh, they couldn't F with this team. Judge. Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
No, I think nothing else for me. I just think that, we'll see what happens October the 3rd because it just feels like he's going to be sitting there. Hold on. Anyway, I appreciate y'all being here tonight. That was long.
Before you go, I was gonna do a quick giveaway to the chat.
You gonna do a quick giveaway to the chat?
Yeah.
All
Um.
right, chat. What
Um.
you got, Montana?
I was gonna do a little like 40.
$40?
Yeah.
So how do we do it?
I could. I sent you a number, and
Okay.
it's a number 1 through 100, and they got to spam the comments. And the first person you see who get that number, they
Okay.
put their cash app in the thing.
All right. So you guys listen, here's how it's working. We're doing a giveaway. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you, Montana, so much. I just
You know, they
But
come
anyway,
here after a long day of work and still
yeah.
make it here every day. So
Yeah. So, first of all, I want to piggyback off of that. Thank y'all for being here in this chat with us every night. I know y'all got lives. I know y'all do what y'all do, but you come here every night and you interact with us. And so we thank you for that. And so Montana's wanting to do a giveaway of $40 cash. So how this works, chat, is that in the chat, you got to drop the number that he's private messaged me. I know what the number is. If anybody gets that number, you're going to drop your cash app once we tell you who wins, and you'll get the $40 cash to go have dinner or coffee on Montana on behalf of Black Link Reporting Media. We appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Montana. So right now, let's go. The number is between 1 and 100. Drop the number you think it is, and the first person that drops that number, we're watching the chat, will get the $40 cash app. Let's go. This is so nice. Oh my gosh. So come on and drop y'all's numbers between 1 and 100. You get $40 cash app if you get the number correct. Drop your numbers now. Willie's dropped his number. Let's keep going, see whatever else other people are going to do. Once we give everybody's number in, we'll tell you who the winner is.
you could drop multiple numbers, Will, until the first person get it.
Bad Bunny said 7. Okay. Keep going. We're going to wait for everybody to kind of put it in. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for hitting the like button. I hope that tomorrow you will share with a couple of friends to come in with you guys. And we will do this periodically. So it'll be my turn to do a giveaway in a couple of days. Keep dropping your numbers. Keep dropping your numbers for the $40 cash app. Breakfast on or coffee, whatever, on Montana on behalf of the Black Link Reporting Media. Come on, you guys. You can make multiple guesses. Multiple guesses, numbers between 1 and 100. Keep going, guys. We're waiting for people to drop their numbers. We only see a few. We got 11 people, it says in here. We got 11 people, 12 people in here. We're doing a $40 giveaway just to say thank you. Drop your numbers. Drop your numbers. We are watching closely. Keep them coming. More than one. You can guess more than one. I wish I had some music I owned so I could play and not get struck for it. Keep going. Drop your numbers. We appreciate everybody participating. If you're just coming in, the number is between 1 and 100. Drop your numbers for your $40 cash app. I'm watching closely. Montana's watching closely. Harlem, you got your good eye on them?
Yeah, I don't know the number, but I'm watching the chat.
That's right. That's right. Why you ain't
But I'm not guessing.
Harlem, why you ain't in the chat? Why you ain't put your number?
Numbers?
Oh gosh. Let somebody go ahead. Somebody win it.
Oh, Harlem, you deserve it. Keep going. We watching. Between 100 and 1 and 100. Keep going. Just remember the numbers you already dropped so you don't drop it twice. but you can drop multiple. Anybody is welcome that's in the chat. Drop your numbers between 1 and 100. Ooh, we and yeah.
Something wrong with you, phases.
Wow.
I know what you're talking about. I caught on.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. So we got 8 people in here. We need 8 different people to be dropping your numbers. The first person to drop it is a winner. We watching. It's obviously going to be between Alberta and Willie because they're the only ones dropping numbers. If you are in the chat, you have a chance to win a $40 cash app. You just got to drop the number, get the right correct number between 1 and 100. Who's going to be the winner before we get out of here? Few more numbers. I mean, we still haven't hit it yet.
You might need to narrow it down for them.
Between Alberta and Willie, you guys have come really close, but you're missing it. So we might have to get that's a wide range, but we have more people. I thought more people would. So in about probably 60 seconds, we can narrow it down if they don't hit it because they done went through. You guys are really close, but you're close, but you're not there.
Yeah, I think some people had dropped off.
Yeah. Do we want to change the number now? 8337. Look what Willie said. F it. I'm just gonna put numbers in there.
You could go ahead and narrow it.
All right. So let's just do since it's only Willie and but anybody listen that's in the chat. It's 10 people in here. We're giving you an opportunity to win a $40 cash app. The number you have to guess is between 1 and 70. Between 1 and 70. Drop the number in there where you think it is. We will send you a $40 cash app. Go. Between 1 and 70. Let's go. Let's keep them coming. Keep them coming. Oh gosh, y'all. I have to narrow it down a little bit more. If that tells y'all anything. Ooh. Both of y'all are going all around that number. Both of y'all are going all around it. I ain't even thought about it. Willie put 2 numbers at a time. 70. You going over 70, Willie. So that should tell you it's 70 or below.
Really can't see. You know, 1 hour probably looking at the 0, and the other I was looking at the 5. My bad, Willie, but I had to get you, man.
Come on, y'all. Y'all got this.
We gonna be here all night. Let me put some numbers in the chat. Let me
Ooh,
put some numbers in the chat.
like maybe not. We about to get it. Come on, y'all. We about to be there. Oh, God. All right. Do we eliminate it again? Keep going. I mean, you got y'all are going. Y'all dancing all around the number. Like I'm like the next one they gonna get it.
Whenever you want, you can go ahead.
Okay, so send me a different number so I can lower it. Or do you want to keep it the same?
You can keep it the same.
Okay. All right, you guys. So listen, we're gonna change it up again. We're gonna need a number between one. So forget what you guys already put in there. I mean, we starting over, okay? But the number is going to be between 1 and 70. Because didn't I say 75?
No, you said 70 the first time.
Oh, never mind. Okay, stop, y'all. Stop. Sorry. Between 1 and 65. I'm sorry. So I squeezed it down a little.
Look what I put. Look what I put.
What you put?
Where'd you put?
Be honest with you.
Alberta won it. There it is.
61.
Yeah, 61 was the number. Alberta got it.
All right.
Listen, really, Harlem got it. She put all them numbers in there. We have a winner. Thank y'all for participating. Montana, you just don't know. You just don't know how I appreciate you.
Alberta, I think we follow each other on IG. I will get that definitely to you. And when you
Look,
receive it,
Willie was trying hard in the mug, and you was
Willie was close.
You were so close, Willie, so many times.
And then when that Berta hit 60, I was like, ain't no way she don't hit 61. That's common sense to go to 61.
So 60, 61.
She go back to 20. She go back to 22.
Right. She started going 65, 64. Then she went 55. I was like, come on. Well, she won though.
Well, Alberta,
Alberta.
I follow you on IG. I will get that to you as soon as you receive it. DM phases and let her know you got it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Montana, thank you. Have a good night. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Congratulations, Bird. We'll see y'all later.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
All right.